Good morning, students. Nowadays, we are studying the lesson The Address, written by Marga Minko from your second book, Snapshot. And in our previous video, we had known that the narrator went to a house and narrator rang the bell. A woman opened the door, but that woman refused to recognize her because she did not want to return the things she had taken. And narrator wanted to talk with her for some time, for some moment, but she completely refused to recognize her or to completely refused to talk with her. And when she refused, then narrator got desperate, and narrator looked the nameplate again and again, and she saw the number 46 Marconi Street. The Darling was written on the nameplate. Then the narrator walked back slowly to the station. She began to think about her mother, who had given her the address years ago. Narrator had come home for a few days. She was thinking, and now when she was walking back to the station, she was thinking about her mother. And when she met with Mrs. Darling at the first time, she was thinking about that time. And as the narrator walked back to the station, she recalled what her mother had said about the woman. Hmm? So, what her mother had said about that woman, we will study in the next para. So, look at the next para. Every time she lives here, she takes something home with her, said my mother. She took all the table silver in one go, and then the antique plates that hung there. She had trouble lugging those large vases, and I'm worried she got a crick in her back from the crockery. My mother shook her head pityingly, and I would never have dared ask her. She suggested it to me herself. She even insisted she wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, we shall lose everything, she says. It is all that what our mother told to her, and she told that every time she leaves, the Mrs. Darling came regularly in their house, and every time when she leave their house, so she takes something with her to her home, said the narrator's mother to narrator. She took all the table silver in one go. Mrs. Darling took all the table silver. Table silver means the spoons, the forks, the knives, all the table silver. And those knives and say, spoons and forks, all those were made of silver. And then the antique plates that hung there, because there were some antique plates. Antique, it is the antique. What is antique? Antique is a very ancient thing, very old thing, and that is the masterpiece having high value, antique thing. So there were antique plates that were hung on the wall, and she had troubled lugging those large vases. And in their house there were some large vases, and she had troubled, Mrs. Darling had troubled to lugging means to carry something in those large vases, but she wanted to carry with her. And I am worried she got crick in her back from a crockery. And narrator said that she was worried that she could get a crick means the cramp or pain in her back, because she were lifting a heavy weight, heavy things and heavy boxes and many things. My mother shook her head pityingly. But mother shook her head pityingly, and she said that I would never have dared ask her. The mother said that she would never have dared to ask her about those things, and she suggested it to me herself. So the mother said that Mrs. Darling suggested it to me herself. And what she suggested, she said that we have when if we have to leave from there, because the war was going on, and Jeeves were running from there, and the narrator and her mother were Jeeves, but Mrs. Darling was not Jeeves. So they have to, if they have to leave from there, so they shall lose everything. So they will lose everything. The every things were stolen or whatever. So she said that she wanted to save all the belongings of narrator's mother. She wanted to save all my nice things. So she insisted that she wanted to save all her their things. So she carried all the valuable things to her home by saying that she was saving their things. Have you agree with her that she should keep everything? I asked. Then the narrator asked, because narrator had some doubt on her, on that lady, that Mrs. Darling. Have you agreed? She asked with her mother. She asked to her mother, "Have you agreed with her that she should keep everything safely, and she would give us those things back?" As if that necessary, my mother cried. As if that necessary, my mother. And the narrator's mother got angry on this sentence, and she said that it is not necessary to ask her. It would simply be an insult to talk like that if she would ask these types of sentence. So it would be simply insult. And think about the risk she's running. Each time she goes out of our door with full suitcase or bag, she was taking a heavy risk. If the Nazis will look her, so what had happened, what they do with her, what they will do with her. So it is a risk by taking all those things. So the mother was angry with narrator. My mother seemed to notice that I was not entirely convinced, but mother understood that the narrator was not convinced with mother's statement. She looked at me reprovingly, and after that we spoke no more about it. And then the mother looked at me reprovingly. Reprovingly means to wanted to prove again, to prove again. So she said her statement, her sentence to, she wanted to prove her sentence that she was right. Meanwhile, I had arrived at the station without having paid much attention to the things on the way. I was walking in familiar places again for the first time since the war, but I did not want to go further than was necessary. I didn't want to upset myself with the sight of the streets and houses are full of memories from the precious time. And the narrator said that meanwhile I had arrived at the station, and then she had arrived at the station without paying much attention all the things on the way, because she was thinking every time. She was thinking about her mother and about the Mrs. Darling, and so how she were taking everything from their house, and how she promised that she will give all those things to them when they will come. And so the narrator was thinking all about those things. And I was walking familiar places, and she was walking the familiar places. I mean the acquaintance places. She known earlier those places. So, but the narrator did not want to go further than the necessary, and she said that I didn't want to upset myself with the sight of this. It means the narrator did not want to see. those familiar things, those streets, those sides of a street, those houses, and which were the full of memories of the past precious time. So because all those things remembered her to her mother, and her mother was not in this world now. So she did not want to see, and she did not want to remember all those things. uh, and the next para. And then the narrator said that in the train back, I saw Mrs. Darling in front of me again as I had the first time I met her. It was the morning after the day my mother had told me about her. I had got up late, and coming downstairs, I saw my mother about to see someone out, a woman with a broad back. And when narrator went to the train into the train, and she was going back to her home, and she saw Mrs. Darling in front of me, in front of her. It means she was thinking about Mrs. Darling again, and Mrs. Darling came in her imagination, and the stories went in flashback again. And the narrator said that I had the first time I met her. So she was remembering the time when she first time met with Mrs. Darling, and she said that it was the morning after the day my mother had told me about her. And after the day when her mother told about Mrs. Darling, and with the next day of that time of that day, it was the morning, and the narrator got up late. And when the girl narrator came down the stairs, so narrator saw that her mother was talking with someone, and the mother was talking to a woman with a broad back. It means the woman, she had a broad back. So it is the identification of that Mrs. Darling, that she had broad back. There is my daughter, said my mother, and she beckoned to me. And my mother gave me my introduction, and she said that there is my daughter, and she beckoned to me. Beckoned means by making a gesture. She called me by making gesture for introduction with that woman, or with that what is the name, Darling, Mrs. Darling. The woman nodded and picked up the suitcase under the coat rack. She wore a brown coat and a shapeless hat. And then the woman shook her head and picked up the suitcase, which was full of the things, and she put that suitcase under her coat rack, and she wore a brown long coat and shapeless hat. Does she live far away? I asked, seeing the difficulty she had going out of the house with the heavy case. And when the narrator saw that she had some difficulty to carry that heavy suitcase, so the narrator asked to her mother that does she live far away? And then her mother said that in Marconi Street, said my mother, number 46, remember that. So at that time, narrator's mother gave address to her, gave address to Mrs. Darling to narrator. And mother said that in Marconi Street, number 46, remember that. And her name was Mrs. Darling, number 46, the Marconi Street, it was the address. It was the address. Mrs. Darling, number 46, and the Marconi Street. So Mrs. Darling was living at number 46 in Marconi Street. And mother said that remember that address. And narrator said that I had remembered it, but I had waited a long time to go there. Initially, after the liberation, I was absolutely not interested in all that stored stuff, and naturally, I was also rather afraid of it, afraid of being confronted with things that had belonged to the collection that no longer existed, which were hidden away in cupboards and boxes and waiting in vain until they were put back in their place again, which had endured all those years because they were things. And the narrator said that I had remembered it. I had remembered the address, Mrs. Darling, number 46, Marconi Street. But I had waited for a long time to go there. But she had a long time to go there. Initially after the liberation, and when the after the liberation means the freedom. When the they got freedom from the Nazis. So I was absolutely not interested. She was not interested in all those stuff. Stuff means material, in those all things. And naturally, I was also rather afraid of it. And she was afraid of all those things, all those stored things, or all those belongings of her mother. And she was not interested in all those things, because her mother was not in this world, in that world now then. And all those things were the belongings of her mother. And so she did not want to see all those things, because all those things remembered her to her mother, and she was very sad at that time. So afraid of being confronted with the things that had belonged to the connection that no longer existed. And she was afraid of being confronted when face to face, come to face with those things that belong to the such as persons who were not longer existed, who were not in that world. So she, it means that she did not want to go face to face all those things, which were hidden away in cupboards, and all those things were hidden in the cupboards and boxes, and waiting in vain until they were put back in their places again. And all those things were also waiting that they were put back in their on their places, their original places again, which had endured all those years, because they were things. And because they were things, so they endured all those years. Endured means to remains, to existed. All those things existed there and then, there, because they were only things, so they could exist. But the person, the human beings, and her mother was not exist then, because she was not things, she is living beings. And after that, but gradually everything became more normal again, and bread was getting to be a lighter color. There was a bed, you could sleep in unthreatened, a room with a view. You were more used to glancing at each day. And one day I noticed I was curious about all the possessions that must still be at that address. I wanted to see them, touch, remember. In starting, she was not thinking about those things, and she did not want to see all those her mother's belongings, which Mrs. Darling carried away. Uh, but gradually, but step by step, but after some time, when the time passed, so everything became more normal. Everything became normal, and they got freedom. And bread was getting a lighter color. Bread was getting a lighter color means, the bread, the availability of the bread was very easy. They could get bread, they could get their food very easily, and their economic condition were getting strong slowly. And there was a bed you could sleep in unthreatened. And now, at that time then, they could sleep without any threaten, and unthreatened nicely, and without anxiety they could sleep, because they got liberation at that time. The room with a view, you were more used to glancing at each day, and you could see the outer view from your window and from your room. And you could view, you could used to see outside, to glancing outside from the room, because they were free then. And one day I noticed I was curious about all possessor, and after many times, one day she was curious. She wanted to know. Curious means eagerness. She was eager to see all those possessors. So she noticed that she was curious. She wanted to know about all the belongings of her mother, which were at that address. And that address means that Marconi Street, number 46. I wanted to see them. And then she had a wish that she wanted to see all those things, and she wanted to touch those things, and she wanted to remember all those things all. So she wanted to go there. Okay, so it is the end of today's session, and now it is the time of Hindi Shamri. Okay. तो हमने इसमें पढ़ लिया था कि किस तरह से जो राइटर है, नरेटर है, वो एक महिला के घर जाती है, मिसेस डॉलिंग के घर, उनसे पूछती है, उनसे बात करना चाहती है, लेकिन मिसेस डॉलिंग किस तरह से उसको पहले तो पहचानने से ही मना कर देती है, और उसके बाद उससे जब पहचान भी लेती है तो उससे बात करना मना कर देती है, क्योंकि मिसेस डॉलिंग ने उनका सारा सामान ले रखा है अपने घर में, उस सारे सामान को वापस नहीं देना चाहती है। वो सोचती है कि शायद ये लड़की अपना सामान वापस लेने आई है, इसलिए उसको इग्नोर करती है, उससे बात भी नहीं करती है। और नैरेटर फिर वापस जाने लगती है, बड़ी उदास है, और वो सोच रही है उस दिन के बारे में जिस दिन उसकी मदर ने उस एड्रेस को बताया था। फिर वो सोचती है उस मिसेस डॉलिंग के बारे में कि जब वो पहली बार मिसेस डॉलिंग से मिली थी, और हर बार वो उसके घर आती थी तो मिसेस डॉलिंग उसकी मदर की पुरानी परिचित थी, और जब वॉर शुरू हुआ और ऐसा लगा कि जीव्स जो है उनको भागना पड़ेगा वहाँ से, तो मिसेस डॉलिंग उनके पास आ गई। उसने अपना नया एड्रेस बनाया और बड़ी चतुराई से उसने मिसेस डॉलिंग की उसने मिसेस एस को ये कन्विंस कर लिया कि मैं तुम्हारे सामान को बचाना चाहती हूँ। मैं अगर युद्ध हुआ और तुम्हें यहाँ से भागना पड़ा तो आपका सारा सामान जो है वो चुरा लिया जाएगा, तुम खो दोगे सारा सामान, इसीलिए मैं तुम्हारे सामान को बचाना चाहती हूँ कि वापस जब आओगे तो मैं तुम्हें दे दूँगी। इस तरह से उसने प्रॉमिस किया और कन्विंस कर लिया किसी तरह से मिसेस एस को। और जब भी वो उनके घर आती थी तो कुछ न कुछ ले जाती थी, भारी भारी सामान को भी खींच कर ले जाती थी। और इस तरह से नैरेटर जो है, राइटर जो है लड़की, वो उसको ये सब समझ में नहीं आता है। वो सब सोचती है कि ऐसा ये क्यों कर रही है, और वो अपनी मदर से पूछती है कि क्या आपने पूछा है कि आप सहमत हैं इस बात से कि ये सारा सामान संभाल के रखेगी, ये हमको वापस दे देगी। तो इस बात पर मदर बड़ी नाराज़ हो जाती है। वो कहती है ये तो एक तरह से इंसल्ट हुआ उनको पूछना, और वो कितना रिस्क ले रही है हमारे लिए तो रिस्क ले रही है, हमारे सामान को सेव कर रही है, सुरक्षित कर रही है। और वो कितना रिस्क लेती है, वो इतना भारी सामान लेके जाती है, और रास्ते में किसी ने देख लिया उसको तो प्रॉब्लम में आ जाएगी, लेकिन फिर भी कर रही है। और मदर जो है वो जानती है कि मैं पूरी तरह से कन्विंस नहीं हूँ, मैं एग्री नहीं हूँ अपनी मदर के एक्सप्लेनेशन से। तो वो मुझे दोबारा से अपनी बातों को रीअप्रूव करना चाहती है। और वो फिर हमने उस बारे में वो कहती है कि हमने कोई ज़्यादा बात नहीं की, लेकिन उसकी मदर ये सोचती है कि अगर उससे वो पूछेगी तो ये ठीक नहीं होगा। और इस तरह से राइटर जो है वो स्टेशन पर पहुंच जाती है, क्योंकि वो जब मिसेस डॉलिंग ने उसको भगा दिया तो क्या करती वहाँ धीरे धीरे वापस आ रही है। तो ये सारी बातें वो रास्ते में सोच रही है। तो जब वापस स्टेशन पर आती है तो जो रास्ते में जो प्लेसेस पड़ते थे उसने उन पर कोई ध्यान भी नहीं दिया, क्योंकि वो तो अपने इमेजिनेशन में खोई भी थी। और वो कहती है कि मैं देखना भी नहीं चाहती इन सारी चीज़ों को, इन सारे जो फैमिलियर प्लेसेस हैं, जो उसकी पुरानी यादें हैं, उनको दोबारा याद नहीं करना चाहती, क्योंकि वो उसको कष्ट देते हैं, उसको दुख देते हैं, उसको परेशान करते हैं। उसको अपनी मदर की याद आती है उन सारी चीज़ों से। और वापस जब वो ट्रेन में बैठती है तो एक बार फिर मिसेस डॉलिंग उसके सामने आ जाती है। सामने आने का मतलब उसके ध्यान में आ जाती है, उसकी इमेजिनेशन में आती है। अर्थात नैरेटर फिर सोचने लगती है मिसेस डॉर्लिंग के बारे में कि कैसे वो उसके साथ पहली बार मिली थी मिसेस डॉर्लिंग से। उस दिन को याद करती है जिस दिन वो मिसेस डॉर्लिंग से मिली थी, कि किस तरह से मदर ने जब वो देरी से उठी थी और वो नीचे सीढ़ियों से आई थी तो उसकी मदर किसी महिला से बात कर रही थी, जिस महिला की ब्रॉड बैक थी, उसकी पीठ जो है बड़ी चौड़ी थी। तो वही है मिसेस डॉर्लिंग है वो ब्रॉड बैक वाली महिला। और फिर किस तरह से मदर ने नैरेटर का इंट्रोडक्शन करवाया था मिसेस डॉर्लिंग से, उसको बुलवाया था इशारा करके और कहा था देखो ये मेरी बेटी है। और वो जो महिला है अर्थात जो मिसेस डॉर्लिंग है वो एक भारी सूटकेस को उठाती है और नैरेटर को डर है इस बात का कि उसकी कहीं कमर में कोई क्रैम्प ना आ जाए, लेकिन फिर भी उस उठा के अपने कोट रैक में रखती है। और उसने ब्राउन कोट पहना हुआ है लंबा सा। और इस तरह से नैरेटर राइटर पूछती है कि क्या ये बहुत दूर रहती है, क्योंकि वो देखती है कि इसको कितनी मुश्किल आ रही है इतने भारी सामान को उठाने में, और अगर इसका घर दूर है तो ये कैसे ले जाएगी। तो मदर ने उस दिन एड्रेस उसको बताया था नैरेटर को कि इसका एड्रेस जो है मार्कोनी स्ट्रीट में रहती है, नंबर 46 इसके घर का नंबर है। तो इस एड्रेस को हमेशा याद रखना, मिसेस डॉर्लिंग नंबर 46 मार्कोनी स्ट्रीट, इस एड्रेस पर ही रहती है। मदर ने उसी दिन कह दिया था इसको याद रखना। और नैरेटर कहती है, राइटर कहती है कि फिर मैंने हाँ उसको याद भी रखा, मैंने आज भी उसको याद है इसीलिए उस एड्रेस पर पहुंच पाई। और वो कहती है कि मैंने वहाँ जाने के लिए बहुत लंबे समय तक इंतज़ार किया। स्टार्टिंग में जब इनिशियली आफ्टर द लिबरेशन मैंने जो फ्रीडम मिली उनको, नाजीज से वो मुक्त हो गए, उनका देश आज़ाद हो गया, स्वतंत्र हो गया। तो स्टार्टिंग में शुरू में वो नहीं जाना चाहती थी वहाँ, क्योंकि वो अपनी मदर की सारी चीज़ों के बारे में कोई मतलब उसकी चीज़ में वो बिल्कुल भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं थी। वो नहीं चाहती थी उन सारी चीज़ों को देखना, क्योंकि उसकी मदर की डेथ हो गई थी उस समय और वो बड़ी परेशान थी। वो अपनी मदर की चीज़ों को दोबारा देख कर के उनको याद नहीं करना चाहती थी, उसको बड़ा दुख होता था उन सारी चीज़ों को देख कर के। और वो कहती है कि वो तो सारी चीज़ें हैं जो उसकी मदर की बिलोंगिंग्स हैं, वो तो एग्जिस्ट आज भी करती हैं, बॉक्सेस में हैं और वेट कर रही हैं अपना कि पुराने स्थान पर वापस उनको रखा जाए, अर्थात उसके घर से, मिसेस डॉर्लिंग के घर से उसको लाया जाए और अपने घर में वापस रखा जाए। लेकिन वो एग्जिस्ट इसलिए करती हैं क्योंकि वो केवल चीज़ें हैं, वो लंबे समय तक जीवित रह सकती हैं, उनका अस्तित्व रह सकता है, लेकिन इंसानों का अस्तित्व तो नहीं रहता लंबे समय तक। तो वो बड़ी दुखी है कि उसकी मदर आज नहीं है उसके साथ, और वो अपनी मदर की चीज़ों को वो देखना भी नहीं चाहती इसीलिए, क्योंकि उसको याद आती है उन सारी चीज़ों को देख कर। लेकिन फिर राइटर कहती है कि धीरे धीरे ये सारा ग्रेजुअली जो है धीरे धीरे सब सामान्य हो गया, नॉर्मल हो गया, और अब उनके जो है इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन भी थोड़ी ठीक होने लगी और उनको रोजी रोटी जो कमाते थे वो भी आसानी से उनको मिलने लगी। और अब वो अपने बिस्तर पर बिना किसी डर के सो सकते हैं, क्योंकि जब नाजीज़ का अटैक हुआ था और वो गुलाम थे तो बड़ा उनको हर रात हर दिन वो मुश्किल से कटती थी, डर रहता था। तो इसीलिए वो आज कहती है कि आज हम अपने बिस्तर पर आराम से सो सकते हैं बिना किसी परेशानी के, बिना किसी डर के, और आप अपने रूम से बाहर का व्यू भी देख सकते हो और आप उसके यूज टू हो सकते हो बाहर देखने के, क्योंकि जब वो नाजीज़ थे वहाँ पर तो वो बाहर देख भी नहीं सकते थे, वो बिल्कुल छिपे हुए रहते थे अंदर। तो आज स्वतंत्र हैं, फ्री हैं, इसीलिए सब कुछ नॉर्मल हो गया है। और फिर उसको लगता है आज नैरेटर को कि वो उसको इच्छा हो रही है कि वो अपनी मदर की उन चीज़ों को देखे, उस एड्रेस पर जाए दोबारा, जो उस एड्रेस पर रखी हुई हैं उनके घर में, मिसेस डॉर्लिंग के घर में हैं, उन सारी चीज़ों को दोबारा देखे, उनको टच करे, उनको याद करे, उनको देखना चाहती है। तो इसीलिए वो वहाँ गई भी थी देखने के लिए, लेकिन उसको भगा दिया गया था। तो यहाँ तक आज हमने इसको पढ़ा है, और आज का हमारा जो आज का जो पैराग्राफ था, आज का जो लेसन था वो हमारा यहाँ पर पूरा होता है। और बाकी आगे की स्टोरी जो है, आगे के पैराग्राफ्स जो हैं वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे। इसके बाद आपको क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे तो वीडियो आप ज़रूर देखिएगा। और ओके।